Alright, hey y'all. Today's my chapter 1153 of One Piece review. So let's just get into it. It's titled The Birth of Loki, and the cover story is this. So I guess it says Kiku Nojo, but I think it's just talking about Okiku, you know. Uh I think she might be a chick, or she might be a chick who's a dude with a sister who's also actually a dude, so her brother or something like that. But she looks like a chick, so. So Daimyo of Ringo, Kikunojo, and Boss Ocho. I do not remember who Boss Ocho is at all, but I'm assuming it's this person down here. So yeah, I'll have to look that up after. So Yamato is just still going around. This is volume 37, it's taking a while. She's just visiting all of Wano, I guess. So it starts off, and we're back in the backstory of King Harold, and the first frame that really stands out to me. Well, I mean, the first panel is him, Dory, and Brogy, all super small and super young. Well, they're still big because they're giants. And Harold says everyone outside of Elbaf is so tiny and pitiful and boring, and then he flicks a booger into the sea, and it like splashes a shark out of the water, and that's just super funny. I wish my boogers had the same effect. And then we go to Bunt Kingdom New World. Feast your eyes on Ida, or Ida, and she's a big giant in the cage, and she's pretending to be like super fierce and ferocious, and then Harold is offended, so he demolishes the whole kingdom, or the town at least. And then she slaps him because she's like, "Bro, they gave me a job. They helped me when I was down. Turn the ship around." And this was just super cool. And she's like, "Do I have to hit you again?" So she's basically like Nami when she hits Luffy, pretty much, when Luffy's being stupid. They saved my life when I washed up on their shore, because she ended up there somehow. Uh, you actually think that makes you better than humans? How can you be so arrogant? It's pathetic. Just because he's born huge. And then I like this page where she's helping out rebuild the town, and then Harold's like, "What are you guys doing? Go help her too. You're so big. Uh, it's easy work." Hmm. Oh, and then he's all like, "Their method of construction is completely different. We can bring home some of their spices. Their flavors are amazing. So their fabric is great." So he's realizing how skillful the humans are, even though they're so tiny. They can still do stuff. And and then this one quote, Ida says, "You have to see things from their eye level, Harold. Nothing in this world is meant to be destroyed." That's a good quote. Even things that even systems and objects that seem beyond repair, Fubar, you can always take it to someone, and they might know what to do with it, or just try to build on top of it instead of tear it all down, so you can try to, you know, make it better. So I like that quote. "I was born on Samoanai Island in the South Blue. Never heard of that before." And then they're all like, "So you crossed the Serpent of Blood?" And then he says, "You mean the Red Line?" Which is pretty funny. And he convinces her to come to Elbaf. His crew says he's changed. Um, and this was all over a century ago, which is crazy. They lived for so long. So he has a change of heart, and he's trying to convince Elbaf that they should be diplomatic and have good relations with humans, rather than just kill them all the time and do whatever they want. Make our land and our lives richer, ask them to teach us their culture, blah, blah, blah. And then the elders are scoffing at him, saying, meeting new people took him on a journey, what a turnabout. And then Ida says, Harold, no Elbaf is blessed with good luck. We can help deepen the ties and the friendships, blah, blah, blah. Someone says, so we're taking hostages then. And then someone else says, no, don't say it like that. Countries can get to be friends. Oh, countries can't get to be friends unless the people in them are connected somehow. So she ends up being from the fishermen village in the east of Elbaf. This part's 80 years ago. And then Harold wants to marry her. He's about to say thank you all, and now Ida and I can ... And then the elders say, no, you are forbidden from marrying her. The royal line must remain pure of blood. Or the elders in the royal family, I guess. And she's not too pressed. They have the baby. She names it Hajrudin. As long as you live in the same country as Daddy, you'll be happy, right, Hajrudin? And he's all, yeah, that's the accurate representation of the noise he makes. This is just how the culture works. You can't get emotional and fight against it. You just gotta accept it and do what you can to work around it. And then this young stunner, Estrid, is the arranged marriage because her blood is pure and ancient. I mean, yeah, she looks tall and has nice assets, but Ida has the personality and the story and the real true love and connection with Harold. I studied geomancy. I was born in the brewer's village to the north. She is the one worthy of being queen. So she's from a different part of Elbaf. And her blood is royal compared to Ida, who's from just the fishing village. It is my fate to love you for the rest of my life. Forget all about that woman and child to the east. So she knows about Ida and Hajrudin, but she's not even jealous. She just wants him to only give her attention. Good heavens, the spirit is escaping to the east. Your good luck is getting away. We must close those windows at once. And she's being all crazy, like a witch or something. In that mirror, it's in the 5-star kill position, whatever that means. It's probably some superstition. Destroyed at once. I'm gonna look it up actually real quick. 5-star kill position. Is that even a thing? Mirror. The first thing that comes up is something about Dungeons and Dragons. Also, while I'm here, I'm gonna look up who that character is. Cho is a Yakuza boss who is in charge of the Ringo region in Wano country. Let me click on more. Her debut is chapter 952, and we're 200 chapters later almost, so no wonder I don't remember her. Wait, yeah, we're almost exactly 200 chapters later. Moonflower Ocho, Yakuza boss in charge of Ringo region in Wano country, imprisoned in Udon by the Beast Pirates, but was freed when Luffy took over the prison. So maybe she was in the background or something, or maybe, I don't know, maybe she was more important, but I barely remember her. She seems cool. She seems tight, legit. She had respect. Cho had enough strength to hold down a struggling Luffy while he was being punished for his rudeness. She had a katana. Yeah, she seems pretty dope. I'll go back eventually and learn more about her, I guess. So yeah, so this chick Estrid is just a crazy, she's just a gold digger pretty much. She gifts Harold a 8-legged horse called Asla, the horse of good fortune, and that's just, it kind of gives me the creepy crawlies like a spider. It's enormous, and why does it have 8 legs? I doubt that this horse will bring good luck. Guards, bring all the jewels and gold in the treasury to my chambers. This is to ensure fortunes of wind and earth are sent in His Majesty's direction. That's some bull. Also inform the scullery maids that from this day forward, the king and I will be using the fine silver to eat all of our meals. I mean, okay, that's kind of fair, because you don't want to just use plastic silverware or something, or, I don't know, lead, and then get lead poisoning or something. And then one of the guards asks, is she just after luxury? Maybe you can't see it. It probably won't focus. But this guy down here, is she just after luxury? With the sweat mark. 70 years ago, when the sea made it difficult to maintain trade, Elbaf's navigation skill was envy of other nations. Harold tells humans about the Pole Star, which is, I guess, the One Piece universe equivalent to the North Star. You said you met a mermaid, King Harold? Yes, I have at last. Fishmen too, in the kingdom where those with fish blood live. Their king has a newborn heir named Neptune, and before I even read that speech bubble in my head, I was thinking, oh, that king's name is Neptune, right? So I didn't forget. My memory isn't too dog poop. All the creatures of the sea, not just the mermaids and fishmen, engaged in a grand celebration spanning the sea floor. Ooh. So they're just celebrating the heir to the throne's birth, which is cool. Cool callback to Fisherman Island. Orust Castle, Elbaf, 63 years ago, while Harold was away from home. So she has the baby. She has Loki. Estrid does. It's a very healthy boy. His name is Loki. King and I decided on it. And then this is crazy. So his eyes are all demonic, vampiric looking, and he has horns similar to Harold. I guess he inherited from him. And she gets freaked out, basically. She says, that's no son of mine. It's horrid. What is that thing? Tell the kingdom it was stillborn. You can't be serious. It is a curse. Just look at that baby. It's a monster. The Prince of Elbaf grasped for the empty air, but no hands reached out to envelop his own. It's a tragedy, man. Stop, your majesty. He's the royal heir. The most unfortunate of all living creatures is the one whose very existence is denied by its mother in the moment of its birth. Do you hear me? I bore no child. Do not tell a soul about this. What are you planning to do? I'm going back home. I never want to bear another child. Your Majesty, head guardsman, down in the underworld. What about the underworld? So, okay, this part really confused me. The bottom couple panels when he says, Your Majesty, exclamation point, exclamation point. Head guardsman, exclamation point, exclamation point. Is he saying the head guardsman is down in the underworld, or why does he... Oh, or is he the head guardsman, or is he talking to the head guardman? Is she the head guardman? Like, it confused the heck out of me, man. And then this shot, this is what I'm using for my thumbnail, is crazy. He's climbing the underworld, and he's all bloody and stuff, so maybe he beat up whatever was down there, and he's super strong, or maybe he barely managed to escape, or it's frostbite or something. It's crazy. How could you just throw your own child down like that? Your own baby. And then here, in this middle panel on the bottom, there's a couple silhouettes that make me think there was something down there that was attacking him or something. And then, alright, we're on the last page. Queen Estrid fell ill. That's the narrator saying that. Get rid of the child. There was a prophecy before it was even born. The prophecy said King Harold would one day be killed by his own son. Now, did she come up with that prophecy, or was it already set in stone before or something? And then this guy's like, not that madness again, the narrator says. And while Harold was busy banging his head against the problem of national relations, the world government has stepped in to block our path again. Why can't countries be free to decide for themselves? Which, I kind of agree with that. if there were a world government in our world, in the real world, then I would probably not like them, unless it's lizard people or something. If you know, you know. Why can't countries, the world, yeah, blah, 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 whatever. Okay. Hey, can I see the baby too? He's your brother. He's not your son, so he's not my brother. And that's an interaction between Ida and her son, Hajrudin. And that's just, like, really sad. But she kisses Hajrudin, like, aw, you're even sweet like that. Which I think a more accurate, my girlfriend called me, a more accurate way for it to be translated would be, aw, you're sweet even like that, which is a thought that went through my head when I first read it. But, it gets the same point across. All of the misfortunes that would fall upon Elbaf would be known as Loki's curse. And then this ominous last panel where he's standing there. So yeah, I like this chapter. Hopefully, I am curious to learn more about Hajrudin, Loki, and King Harold for sure, and his two love interests and whatnot. But I hope this flashback doesn't last for too long, so we can get back into the action. And Luffy will beat up the bad guys and the Straw Hats and everything, and the Giants and Dorian Broggie can turn back to normal. We can kill Saint Killingham and the other guy and Emu. What's the other guy's name? I'm gonna look it up real quick. And I really want to know more about Holy Knights One Piece. What's it called? Yeah, the Holy Knights and Shamrock and alright, let's see. Saint Figarland Garling, their supreme commander. Oh wow, so he was actually commander of the Holy Knights before, or God's Knights, whatever. Okay, I just want to know. Okay, Shamrock, Garling. So yeah, so if Shanks is Shamrock's twin, and Shamrock is a holy knight, and he's like a celestial dragon or whatever, then that's confirmed. Okay, I'm understanding that now. So Shanks must be Figarland Garling's other son or something. Shepherd Summers, and Gunko, of course, but she's currently Emu. So that was chapter 1153. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. Next chapter review will be in 2 weeks because there's a week break. And yeah, maybe I'll still do the early arcs and sagas with my girlfriend. So stay tuned, stay frosty, and peace out, y'all. Have a great day.